There are moments in life when our minds feel like a storm wild, untamed, and relentless. The winds of doubt blow through us, the rains of fear pour down, and the thunder of past regrets and future worries echo louder than the voice of peace. You sit silently in a room full of noise, and yet the loudest sound is your own thoughts screaming within. I've been there. I have lived through days when overthinking became my prison, and anxiety, the uninvited guest who wouldn't leave. I would lie awake at night, replaying conversations, rewriting endings, and worrying about a tomorrow that hadn't even arrived. And the more I thought, the more I forgot how to feel. The more I feared, the more I forgot how to live. But life has a way of teaching us through our breaking points. It whispers, you are not your thoughts. You are the observer. You are the one who chooses whether to be consumed by them or to rise above them. So today I invite you to rise. I invite you to walk with me through the light of understanding, through 5 simple truths that will help you free yourself from the chains of overthinking and the grip of anxiety. Embrace the now, for it is all you truly own. There's a stillness that lives inside every present moment, but we often miss it. We're so consumed with replaying what's behind us or predicting what's ahead of us that we forget to live. The present slips quietly through our fingers as we reach for illusions. The past is gone. It cannot be rewritten. No matter how many nights we cry over it, no matter how many times we say, if only I had, it remains the same. And the future, it hasn't arrived yet. We don't own it. We can plan for it, we can dream of it, but we can never truly hold it in our hands. And yet, there's this tiny, powerful fragment of time that we do possess, the now. It's the only real moment we have, and it's begging to be noticed. The now doesn't ask for perfection. It just asks for our presence. But how many times do we let anxiety pull us away from now? We sit in a room, our body present, but our mind miles away. We miss the laughter of our children, the warmth of the tea we're drinking, the sunlight playing through the window, all because we are not here. Every heartbeat is a drum reminding us that life is happening right now. And if we don't learn to live here, we'll spend our entire lives waiting to live. There's magic in watching a leaf fall, in feeling the cool breeze brush against your face, in hearing your breath. These aren't small things. They are the foundation of peace. They are the pieces that build a life worth living. When your thoughts race forward into fear or backward into regret, breathe. Anchor yourself with a word, a sound, or a touch. Whisper to yourself, I am here and this is enough. The now doesn't judge you. It doesn't ask who you were yesterday or who you will become tomorrow. It simply invites you to show up as you are, with all your scars, your hopes, your pain, and your beauty. We think the big moments are the ones that change our lives, but it's the quiet ones, the ordinary moments that often save us. Sitting in peace, laughing with a friend, being kind to a stranger. These are the gifts the present moment offers if we just choose to accept them. Overthinking thrives in the future. Anxiety feeds off the unknown, but the present is clarity, it's softness, it's safety. It's where healing begins. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to be willing to be here, to open your eyes, unclench your fists, and allow yourself to be alive in this moment. Everything you are looking for is not somewhere far away. It's right here, in your breath, in your heartbeat, in your awareness. You've already survived so much. And now, in this very breath, you have the power to choose peace over panic, presence over fear, and life over longing. The moment is not waiting for a perfect version of you. It's waiting for the real you, the one who is ready to return home to the now. Your thoughts are not the truth, they're just visitors. The mind can be a maze, and sometimes we lose ourselves in it. One thought leads to another. And before we know it, we're trapped in a storm of our own creation. But what if the thoughts that chase you aren't facts? What if they're just temporary guests knocking at the door? So many of us confuse thoughts with truth. We hear a voice inside saying, you're not good enough, and we believe it. We feel fear and assume danger. We feel doubt and call it failure. But the mind doesn't always tell the truth. Sometimes it just echoes what we've heard too many times from the world around us. Your thoughts do not define you. They are not your identity. They are not your destiny. They are simply passing through. Like clouds in the sky, they appear and drift. Some stay longer, some feel heavier, but none of them are permanent. You are the observer, not the storm. You are the awareness behind the noise, and that awareness, that silent witness inside of use your true power. When your thoughts grow loud and fear takes over, you don't need to fight them. Fighting gives them strength. Instead, watch. Name them. Speak softly to them. Say, I see you, but I don't believe you. That is how you reclaim control. Every anxious thought that rises has a purpose. It's trying to protect you. But protection born of fear only creates more fear. You must learn to respond with love instead of resistance. Ask yourself, is this thought kind? Is it helpful? Is it true? If the answer is no, release it. Let it pass like a train at a station. You don't have to get on board just because it stops in front of you. It's okay to have anxious thoughts. It's human, but you don't have to become them. You can notice them and still choose peace. This takes practice. It takes patience. But each time you witness a thought, instead of reacting to it, you grow stronger. Each time you say, that's just a thought, not a command, you build a bridge back to your own power. And power doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's the quiet decision to not believe every fear your mind presents. That quiet resistance is strength. There's no shame in having mental storms. What matters is how you respond. Do you drowner? Do you float? Do you fear Timor? Do you learn to dance in the rain? You are not weak for overthinking. You are human, but you are also more than your mind. You are the space behind the thought, the soul that watches and chooses. Thoughts are visitors. Let them visit, but don't let them unpack and stay. You choose who you let stay in your mind, and that choice is your freedom. Perfection is a lie. Progress is the truth. Perfection is a mask the world wears to hide its wounds. It whispers that you must get everything right, look flawless, say the right things, and never falter. But what it doesn't tell you is that perfection isn't real. It's a moving target that only leaves you exhausted and anxious. We grow up believing that anything less than perfect is failure. So we overthink every step. We wait until we're ready, until the timing is right, until we feel certain. And in doing so, we postpone life, we postpone joy, we postpone growth. But life doesn't wait for perfect. It welcomes the brave. It rewards the ones who try, fail, and try again. Progress is messy. It's filled with detours, stumbles, and uncertainty. But it is also rich with meaning. It's honest. It's raw. It's real. Each step forward you take, even if it's small, even if it's shaky, is a victory. And each time you show up, despite the fear, you are rewriting what it means to be strong. There is no shame in failing. The shame is in not trying. Because the fear of failure is what fuels overthinking. It paralyzes you, telling you that mistakes will define you. But mistakes are not your enemy. They are your mentors. Let yourself be a beginner. Let yourself learn. Let yourself be imperfect, but present. That is where confidence is born, not from always being right, but from daring to be real. We waste so much time trying to avoid embarrassment, trying to control outcomes. But real power comes when you release control and trust that whatever happens, you will handle it. You will rise. Every person you admire once felt unready. Every masterpiece started as a rough draft. Every strong soul has scars you can't see. Their strength didn't come from perfection. It came from their willingness to move anyway. What if the goal was not to be perfect, but to be courageous? What if the measure of success was not how smooth the road was, but how often you kept walking? When you strive for progress, you begin to see beauty in the flaws. You laugh more, you learn faster, you breathe deeper. Because you're no longer trying to perform, you're just trying to be. Progress doesn't need permission. It needs action. And every single day you choose to show up, no matter how hard it feels, you are progressing. Perfection says, don't begin until you're sure. But progress says, Begin and figure it out along the way. Trust the voice of progress. It will take you farther than fear ever could. You were never meant to be perfect. You were meant to be growing, evolving, learning, shedding, rising. That's where your light lives, not in flawlessness, but in fearless movement. Let go of the illusion that you have to be everything to everyone. You only need to be yourself, moving forward one imperfect, glorious step at a time. Stillness is not weakness, it is strength in disguise. We live in a world addicted to motion. We measure success by how much we do, how fast we go, how busy we seem, and in the race to keep up, we forget how to be. We forget how to sit with ourselves in stillness without feeling like we're falling behind. But there is a sacred power in stillness, a power that isn't loud or flashy, but soft and steady. It is the kind of strength that whispers instead of shouts, the kind that listens before it speaks. Stillness is where clarity is born. It's the space where anxiety loses its grip and the soul begins to breathe. It's not the absence of noise, it's the presence of peace. When we are constantly doing, we drown out the quiet voice within us. The one that knows what we truly want. The one that tells us when we're hurting. The one that reminds us who we are. Taking time to be still is not laziness. It's not weakness. It's wisdom. It's the recognition that we are not machines, but living, feeling beings who need space to reflect, heal, and connect. Stillness is the pause that strengthens the next step. It's the breath that gives power to your words. It's the silence that makes music beautiful. Without it, everything becomes noise. When you sit in stillness, uncomfortable truths may rise. Old wounds may surface. That's why many avoid it. But stillness isn't here to harm you, it's here to heal you. It holds up a mirror, not to judge, but to gently invite you back to yourself. Let yourself rest without guilt. Let yourself breathe without expectation. The world may push you to hustle, but your soul is asking you to come home. You are not defined by your productivity. You are not only worthy when you are achieving, you are worthy simply because you exist, even in your stillness. Stillness teaches you that doing nothing can sometimes be the most powerful thing. It's in the quiet moments that strength is restored, that clarity appears, and that your inner compass realigns. In those moments of pause, you begin to see the bigger picture. You realize that not every problem needs to be solved immediately. Not every fear needs a response. Some things simply need space to pass. When you are still, you learn to respond instead of react, to feel without drowning, to listen without interrupting. And in that space, anxiety loses its power. Stillness is not empty. It is full of wisdom, of grace, of answers you cannot find when you are running. Sit with yourself. Hold your heart. Let silence speak. The storm will come, not because the world changes, but because you did. You found your center. You remembered who you are. You are the artist of your inner world. Paint it with grace. Imagine your mind as a canvas. Every thought, every belief, every emotion is a stroke of color. Some days you paint with joy. Other days, pain finds its way into the hues. But in the end, you hold the brush. You decide the tone. You create the masterpiece. Anxiety often feels like chaos splattered across our inner canvas shades of fear, doubt, insecurity. But even chaos can be transformed. Even the darkest streaks can be blended into something beautiful when touched with grace. You may not control everything that happens outside of you, but you have the power to shape how you respond. That response, that inner world, is where your freedom lives. You are not helpless. You are not trapped. You are the creator of the stories you tell yourself. And those stories can either imprison you or set you free. Start by noticing the words you speak to yourself. Are they filled with compassion or coated in criticism? Would you say them to someone you love? If not, they have no place in the art of your soul. Speak kindly to your mind, especially when it's hurting. Be gentle with your heart, especially when it's afraid. You are worthy of that kindness, even in your lowest moments. Create space in your life for beauty, for laughter, for joy. Anxiety will try to steal those things, but you can choose to bring them back with intention. Surround yourself with people who remind you of your light, not those who add to the chaos, but those who calm it. Choose your inner circle as carefully as you choose your thoughts. Build habits that nourish your peace. Whether it's journaling, prayer, music, nature, or silence, these are the tools that help you paint a world worth living in. You don't need to pretend that everything is okay. You just need to trust that you are capable of handling what isn't to by. That trust is the foundation of a calm mind. You've been through storms, and yet you're still standing. That means you're stronger than you realize, resilient, capable, beautiful in ways that cannot be measured. Anxiety is not the end of your story. It's a shadow, but you are the light. And when light shines, even the deepest shadows retreat. This inner world you're creating is sacred. Protect it. Tend to it. Color it with gratitude, with softness, with resilience. Let every new day be a brushstroke of grace. And remember, you're not just surviving, you're creating a life, a rhythm, a home inside yourself. And that home can be filled with peace, one thought, one choice, one gentle breath at a time. There comes a moment in every life where we realize we cannot keep living in the prison of our own thoughts. Overthinking is not simply a habit. It's a storm that starts quietly, grows wildly, and crashes into the soul with a fury that leaves us trembling. Anxiety, too, is not just fear. It's the echo of a mind that has forgotten its own strength. But in every storm, there is a center. And in that center is you. You are not your anxious thoughts. You are not your worst case scenarios. You are not the weight of all your what ifs. You are the soul, watching those thoughts, breathing through those fears, rising in the midst of them. And that part of you, the still sacred part, is more powerful than anything you've ever imagined. The journey to peace is not loud. It does not come with applause. It begins in a quiet decision to no longer be at war with yourself. It begins with awareness, with the courage to pause, to feel, to let go. It begins when you understand that perfection is a myth and that your messy, beautiful progress is more than enough. You are not weak because you struggle with overthinking. You are human, and there is no shame in feeling deeply. But there is great strength in learning how to sit with those feelings without letting them define you. So take a breath. Take many. Breathe not just into your lungs, but into your life. Slow down. Come home to yourself. Choose grace over pressure, presence over panic, peace over perfection. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to begin again. You are allowed to be a work of art still in progress. Anxiety may knock, but you don't have to let it move in. Overthinking may speak, but you don't have to let it narrate your story. You hold the pen. You own the canvas. You are the light in the chaos, the calm in the middle of the noise. Let this be the moment you remember. You are not here to simply survive your mind. You are here to heal it, to nurture it, to make it a safe place to live again. You are not broken. You are rebuilding. And that, my friend, is the most courageous thing of all.